Welcome back to the Elite Zone, your home for all WWE Elite Collection Legend figures. Today we are taking a look at a figure that is very special to the Elite Legend. This figure has certified authentic attire. It is part of Series 82 and features true FX lifelike details. We are looking at none other than the king of professional wrestling, Jerry the King Lawler. From Memphis, Tennessee, weighing in at 243 pounds, this is a former AWA World Champion, a former USWA 143 million time champion. One of the rites of passages whenever you go through Memphis is to have the barbecue and get beat and beat Jerry Lawler for the USWA title. And here we see the King on the 360 display. As you can see, he has a soft goods cape. It is a beautiful blue and white with silver details. He is wearing his black boots. There's another beautiful shot of the back of this robe. So excited that Mattel gave us a soft goods cape rather than the standard plastic. There we see the blue singlet. Really wish we could get a singlet that can have the strap come down, kind of like the Colin Delaney from the Jax days. There you see the white tights with the royal emblems there. There you see the classic crown on the boots. We're going to take this cape off so we can get a closer look at the attire while keeping him on the 360 display. And now we see Lawler without the cape in all of his 90s glory. We see the beautiful mullet. There we see the back of the blue singlet. He is wearing an elbow pad on his right arm, and he does have a royal emblem there. He has wrist tape on both hands. The only thing this figure is missing is a little chain that he used to slide into his tights and use back in the good old days when Elite Legend used to rush home from school to catch USWA on ESPN. Now, if you've been collecting Elites for the last 10 years, you know that the articulation scheme has not changed at all. They have added new articulation for the Ultimates, but we're not looking at an Ultimate. We're looking at an Elite. So let's take a look at the articulation. So here you see he has the standard ab crunch, which doesn't go back or forward very much. Has a standard single elbow, which doesn't allow you to do a proper sleeper hold or headlock, which should be pretty standard for a wrestling action figure. He has a bicep swivel. He has a hinge and rotation at the wrist. The head doesn't go back or forward very much. He rotates at the waist. He can kick up only this high. Can do a tremendous Rob Van Dam split, which means he can hit that sweet chin music pretty impressively. And double jointed knee, calf rotation, generic ankle rocker pivot. I really hate this. I would love to see upgrades at the ankles and the elbows. He has a thigh rotation. And overall, not bad articulation scheme. However, we can definitely use an upgrade for the Elites. It's been 10 years. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the details on his tights. And for those of you that are wondering, there is the elbow pad, if I could get it to focus. Very regal. And there are the beautiful eyes of the King in all of his FX glory. Beautiful mullet once again. And there is the majestic taco meat. After reigning supreme and beating everybody and their mama in Memphis, Jerry the King Lawler made the jump to the World Wrestling Federation in 1992 as a commentator on WWF Superstars alongside Vince McMahon. Once Lawler was in the World Wrestling Federation, it was not long before he took his talent into the wrestling ring. One of my favorite things was when Lawler would go in against a jobber on Superstars and berate them while wrestling them. As you can see here, poor Jim Powers is in a headlock and Lawler is giving him a tongue lashing. In 1993, the WWF debuted a pay-per-view called King of the Ring, which Bret Hart became the inaugural winner of that particular tournament, on pay-per-view that is. The King of the Ring had been around for years prior to this. Jerry the King Lawler was outraged that Bret Hart would have the audacity to call himself a king in a federation that is inhabited by Jerry the King Lawler, the true king of professional wrestling. Lawler would seemingly battle Bret Hart for a couple of years during the New Generation days, enlisting the services of Doink the Clown, Hakushi, whom we still don't have in the WWE Elite line. Mattel, please get on that. And his personal dentist, Dr. Isaac Yankem, DDS, whom bears a resemblance to someone, but I just can't put my finger on it. Let me know in the comments below. Who does Dr. Isaac Yankem remind you of? In between feuds with Bret Hart, Jerry the King Lawler would align himself with his personal dentist, Dr. Isaac Yankem, King Mabel, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He would also form an alliance with Doink the Clown that would turn sour, and they would face off on opposing sides at Survivor Series. Jerry the King Lawler had a team of little people, and Doink the Clown had a team of little doinks. Lawler would host his King's Court talk show. He also had a famous Kiss My Foot match with Bret the Hitman Hart. And here we see his personal dentist again. The reason why I'm showing Dr. Isaac Yankem once again is because he just seems very familiar to me, and I can't quite put my finger on who that dentist is, or who does he remind me of. Let me know in the comments below. Who does Dr. Isaac Yankem remind you of? In the ring, very few men have had a better pile driver than Jerry Lawler. Let me know in the comments below. Who had the best pile driver in wrestling history? Now, my personal favorite Jerry the King Lawler move was when he'd reach into his tights, wrap a chain around his fist, and finish off one of his hapless foes. Another one of my favorite maneuvers was when he'd ascend the middle turnbuckle and drop down with the original 5-knuckle shuffle. There we see the high-flying daredevil Jerry the King Lawler ascending the second rope, getting ready to come down on the hot rod Rowdy Roddy Piper with 5 knuckles of fury. Now, Jerry Lawler is no stranger to WWE action figures. He had quite a few in the Jakks Classic Superstars line, even in the Titantron Live series. This is his third Elite figure. He also has a basic figure that I do have, but it's somewhere in my basic bin. And you know Elite Legend feels that basics are gross. Now, so on the far left, we see the brand new Elite 82 Jerry Lawler. I forget what series the Elite on the right is out of the box, but that is a more modern Jerry the King Lawler figure. And in the back, we have the Hall of Fame series Target exclusive Jerry the King Lawler figure that I still haven't had a chance to unbox. Here we see Jerry Lawler next to another king from the New Generation era, the King of Hearts. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be alerted to all of Elite Legends action figure reviews. Check out my playlists. I do WWE, I do G.I. Joe Classified, and of course Marvel Legends. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite Jerry the King Lawler figure? What is your favorite Jerry the King Lawler moment? Whether it be USWA, AWA, or even WWF as an announcer. Now, I enjoyed this figure. I love Jerry the King Lawler. I am glad the King is still with us, and I am very excited to add him to my WWE New Generation collection. So until next time, make sure you stay safe and always make mine elite.